Hello, good afternoon. 4B, welcome to our first language class of week number 30. Remember, today is Monday, October 26, 2020. And the topic that we discussed today is pronouns as subject. So we work on pages 154, 155, 156, and 157. So let's start with the class. Let's see, the last class we discussed that what is a pronoun. This one is the third part of a speech that we study in this grade. And okay, so one of you told me that a pronoun is a word that substitutes a noun. Okay, that's mean the subject. Okay, excellent information. And in this case, okay, sometimes pronouns are used as subjects of a sentence. They take the place of a noun, which might have been the subject. I'm sorry. In that case, the pronouns which are used as subjects are called subjunctive pronouns. Why? Because this one, okay, has the function of the subject in a sentence. And we have three examples here. He and I. Okay, this one are the subjects. Had pizza for lunch. And if you notice, we use two pronouns, he and I. We had pizza for lunch. And in that case, we use only one pronoun, that in this case is we, and we use as a subject of a sentence. They had pizza for lunch. In that case, they is the pronoun. Think of now which these pronouns could be replacing. Okay, we can say Mateo and I. Let me see, Esther, Valeria, and me. They, let's see, for example, for A and for B, yes, okay, we can substitute by a noun. Could be proper or could be common. And in the little box that you have here, that is a subjunctive pronoun, we have I, you, he, she, it, we, and they. We can say that these one are the most common pronouns. Yes, we use these pronouns every day, okay, in every phrase that we mention. Okay, excellent. So let's see. Now we pass to the first exercise. In this case is think A. And first one, we underline each subject one time. And then we write if this subject is noun or is a pronoun. Okay, so first one, we identify what is the subject in a sentence. And then we analyze if this one is a noun or is a pronoun. In that case, I don't underline, but you underline in your book, please. Okay, so let's see. Number one, David Brainerd was a missionary to the American Indians. In that case, the subject is David Brainerd. But, okay, this is a common noun, okay, because we don't use a pronoun. So in that case, we can classify as a noun. Number two, we come to school early on Mondays. In that case, the subject in this sentence is we, okay, and this one is a subjunctive pronoun, and so we classify as a pronoun. Number three, Sam won the prize for the biggest fish. In that case, the subject of the sentence is Sam. This is a proper noun, so we classify as a noun. Number four, he enjoys fishing for trout. Okay, in that case, the subject is the pronoun he. So we write in the space that this one is a pronoun. Number five, the men were mowing the grass. In that case, okay, the subject is men. So this one is not a pronoun, so we can write that is a noun. Number six, Mrs. Baker often sings solos in church. Okay, in that case, Mrs. Baker is a proper noun. So we write that this one is a noun. Number seven, they recited the poem without a mistake. In that case, the pronoun they, okay, so we can classify as a subjunctive pronoun because it's the subject in the sentence. Number eight, I gave $5 to the special offering. In that case, I is a subjunctive pronoun because it's the subject in the sentence. So we classify as a pronoun. Number nine, cats like meal and catnip. Okay, so this one, cats, is the subject of the sentence, but in this case, it's not a pronoun. This is a common noun. And the last one, number 10, she smiled all during the party. In that case, she okay, has the function of a subject, so we can classify as a pronoun. So that's mean that sentence number 2, number 4, number 7, number 8, and number 10, okay, has a pronoun as a subject. Okay, excellent job. So let's see. Now, think B. In that case, we read the following sentences and we try to replace, okay, the pronoun that is involved by the noun. Okay, so for example, John and I went to the park. We can say, okay, John and Charles went to the park. Okay, we can substitute by the common noun or proper noun, yes? Number 2, he and Drew are great friends. Okay, we can say, my father and Drew are great friends. Number 3, they flew to Chicago at Christmas. Okay, so we can substitute and we can say Nicole, Esther, and Patty flew to Chicago at Christmas. Number 4, she and Jody went to camp. Okay, we can say Genesis and Jody went to camp. Number 5, we and the gardeners often play softball in the evening. Okay, we can say my mom, dad, and I and the gardeners often play softball in the evening. Yes, if you notice a pronoun, okay, can substitute a noun, and also a noun can be substituted by a pronoun. Okay, let's continue. Recognizing pronouns form. This one is on page 155, and in that case, we have two forms of the pronouns. The first one is the subjective that we have already studied, that you know that the subjective pronoun has the function of a subject, and the objective. These new pronouns are called objective pronouns. An objective pronoun often comes after an action verb in the predicate of a sentence. Okay, this one is important. For example, Dad gave me. This one is a verb, and this one comes after an action verb. Okay, gave me a ride to school. I passed him. Okay, so we have a verb that in this case is past, and then we have an objective pronoun. That's mean an objective pronoun the majority of the time comes after an action verb. Miss Wilson made hurt. Ryan wrote us. The dentist told them. Okay, all of these one are action verbs, so we can write an objective pronoun after that. Let's see. Okay, now this one is a little box, okay, or a little chart that is better to understanding what is subjective and what is subjective. For example, I, the objective pronoun is me. We, the objective pronoun is us. You, you. Okay, he, the objective pronoun is him. She, the objective pronoun is her. And they, the objective pronoun is them. Okay, I, me, we, us, you, he, him, she, her, they, them. Okay, and this one is an easy form to learn. Let's see, let's continue. Now, exercise A. We read the following sentences, okay, and we notice the pronouns after the verbs. Can you think of a noun that the pronoun could be replacing? Okay, so in that case, we don't write anything, yeah, we only, okay, check. That hit John and me. Okay, maybe that hit John and Mateo. It's possible. Abigail made us some sandwiches. Abigail made, okay, let me see, made to my classmates some sandwiches. Charles helped him and her plant some bushes. Okay, Charles helped my father and, okay, Charles plant some bushes. Yes, we can substitute by the noun. Mom bought them some ice cream. Mom bought Charles, John, and Valeria some ice cream. We beat him. Okay, we beat Luis Carlos and Joseph at tennis. Okay, so we can substitute easily, okay, a pronoun by a noun or maybe a noun by a pronoun. Exercise B. A pronoun is in parentheses after each incomplete sentence below. Change the form of the pronoun to make it fit in the sentence. Okay, that's me. We check the little chart that we have on the book, that we have on page 155, and in that form you change. For example, the objective pronoun for he is him, exactly. So we thank him for the special treat. We only change. We have the subjective pronoun, so we change into objective. Brian and I told them about Jesus. Okay, excellent. Number 3, would you take me to Sunday school? So because we change the subjective into objective. Number 4, Natalie and I took, her a fruit basket. Number 5, Adam and Michael beat us, in the Bible word drill. So let's see. You notice that the objective pronoun by he is him, they, them, I, me, she, her, and we, us. Excellent job. So let's see now the other pronoun uses. This one is on page 156. So objective pronouns are also found after these words. That's mean in the majority of the time after prepositions between, for, to, beside, from, will. So we learned this one in unit number 12. And we have some examples here. He stood between Daniel and her. Yes. May I do that for you? If you notice, for is a preposition, and then we have an objective pronoun that is you. Would you sit beside me? Beside is a preposition, and then we have an objective pronoun that is me. This this note is for him. We have a preposition form, and then we have the objective pronoun he. So if you check every sentence, we have different prepositions, and after each word, we have an objective pronoun. This one is one of the things that we remember. The subjective pronouns, can be subject of a sentence, and also the objective pronouns can be found after the verb or after words like between, beside, for, from, to, and with. Yes? So let's see. Let's continue. And in that case, we circle all the pronouns in the following sentence. So we have 10 sentences. The first 7 are on page 156 and the other 3 are on page 157. So we check what are the prepositions. Yes. Number 1, she sent a postcard to Logan and her. The first pronoun is she. Then we have her. Yes. So that means we have two pronouns in that case. First one is a subjective and the other one is objective. Number 2, I gave her the best looking apple. So the first one is I and the second one is her. Number 3, will you go fishing with me? The first one is you and the second one is me. Number 4, I will share the games with him. The first one is I and the second one is him. Number 5, he told us the score of the baseball game. The first one is he and the second one is us. Number 6, they divide the money for raking the jar between them. The first pronoun that we can find is they and the second one is them. Number 7, they told me the good news about John's salvation. We have the first one that is they and the second one is me. Excellent. Let's continue with the other 3 sentences on the page 157. Number 8, we will pick them up for church. The first one is we, and the second one is them. Number 9, Sarah and I saw it on the table. I and also it. Number 10, did you tell them that we could not go to it? The first one is you, then we have the pronoun them, then we have the pronoun we, and the last one that is it. But it's missing in that case. So let's see. If you notice, in every sentence we can find different pronouns. Could be subjective and also objective. Let's see. Now we continue on page 157. This one is the exercise C. And in that case, we choose the correct pronoun and write it in the blank. That means you choose only one. At the end of every sentence, you have two options of pronoun. One of this one is subjective and the other one is subjective. So we choose only one. So let's see. The first one is we. Why? Because remember, the subjective pronouns we can use as subject of a sentence. So in that case, we need a subject in the sentence. We choose the subjective pronoun and say, we and our friends sail to America. Number 2, the winter's hardships kill many of as pilgrims. Number 3, but the summer brought, okay, in that case we use as. Why? Because we have an action verb, and remember, after an action verb we write an objective pronoun. Number 4, we, in that case, this one is a subjective pronoun because it's the subject in the sentence. So the sentence says, we boys help gather a good harvest in the fall. Number 5, also we have a next subjective pronoun that in this case is he. He, the governor, decreed a day of Thanksgiving in 1623. Number 6, we and, in that case, they, okay, because this is a subjective pronoun because it's part of the subject of a sentence, had much to be thankful for. Number 7, with a smile, John gave Rachel and her some turkey. Exactly, this one is an objective because first one we have an action verb that in this case is gave, so we need an objective pronoun after this verb. Number 8, Daniel and, in that case I, because this is part of the subject, we don't use an objective pronoun, we use a subjective pronoun. Number 9, mother allowed Daniel and me to help cook it. Okay, so we have a verb, then we need an objective pronoun. Number 10, in that case, she and the other ladies had cooked a delicious meal. In that case, she, okay, is part of the subject. So for that reason, we use a subjective pronoun. Excellent. Let's see. Let's continue. Exercise D. Okay, we change the form of the pronoun in parentheses to make it fit, then complete sentences. But we need to check if it is an subjective pronoun or maybe an objective pronoun. Number 1, Dad gave. Okay, we have the pronoun I. That means we need an objective pronoun. Dad gave me. Why? Because gave is an action verb, so we need an objective pronoun, me. Number 2, God always loves us. Okay, this one is an objective pronoun. Number 3, in that case we use we might wear wooden shoes called Complen in Holland because we is the subject in the sentence, so we need to use a subjective pronoun. Number 4, will represent our class in the spelling bee. In that case is she, a subjective pronoun. Number 5, the Bible can make us wise. Okay, we have a verb, we need an objective pronoun. My little brother bought a flower for mom and her. Okay, so this one is an objective pronoun. Number 7, have you told them? Okay, because we have an action verb, and remember, according to the rule, if you have an action verb after you use an objective pronoun. Number 8, James and he, okay, he is part of the subjects. For that reason, we use a subjective pronoun. Number 9, can they, okay, this is part of the subject, so we use a subjective pronoun. Number 10, Jesus saved him from his sin. In that case, we have an action verb that is save, then we need to use an objective pronoun. Okay, excellent. So let's see. Thank you very much for your attention. Have a nice day. Okay, great job, great participation, and see you tomorrow in the classes of EFL and also reading.